Thank you, George.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to be long, but I had to write this down today because I knew this was going to be an emotional day for me, especially when they was playing Corinne. So y'all bear with me on this, okay? My name is Miles Floyd, and I'm the step-grandson of Bo Carter. And it's sad to say that during Bo's lifetime, I didn't get a chance to meet him in person. But I was fortunate enough to meet his son, Ezel Jackson. And Ezel played an important role in my life as a youngster coming up. And he always said to me in my early years, I can remember back in the 60s and 70s, was to finish school and make something out of myself. Well, I finished school, but I'm still working on that part. I'm making something out of it. But anyway, I can remember as though it was yesterday that Mr. E always talked to me about his father and his music. And he always told me once he retired, we were going to set out, take a trip to find out more about Bo and his music. But after Mr. E retired, that didn't happen. My mother became disabled, and Mr. E spent the rest of his life taking care of my mother until 1991. And that's when he got in bad health. And what this day means to me, just by me not saying thank you was not good enough, I'm going to give you the reason why today is so special to me. It was the day after Christmas in 1991. Mr. E was lying in bed in the hospital. And that afternoon he opened his eyes and looked at me and begged. And that was a happy moment for me because he was just saying, "Mike, what's that, unconscious?" But anyway, he begged for me to come to his bed, and he looked up at me and he asked me where was my mother. And I told her she was sitting in the corner right by your bedside. So he was speaking in a soft tone. My mother worries a lot. But what Ezel said to me made my day become sad too. Because he looked up at me and told me he wanted me to do 3 things for him. Because he knew he wasn't going to walk out of that hospital. And I didn't want to hear that, but he kept saying, just listen. And I'm going to share those 3 things with you today. I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but it's something I've taken with me for a long time. His first request was me to find his mom's grave and bury him beside it. His second request was for me to take care of Roberta, which is my mother. And I took care of her until 2012, and she passed away. That third request is because of you here today. I've been working on this for 20 years. I didn't know which way to go, other than looking at the internet. But today, I want to thank, in this order, and this is the way it happened to me, a young man by the name of Patrick LeBlanc, who now resides in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, came to me and my family in 2004. And since that time, Pat educated me about Bo. His music, his life, everything that a person would need to know. So I thank Patrick LeBlanc for that, but he's not here with us today. Second person I'd like to thank is Barry Strong. That's him standing right there. He and his wife and his assistant, Jody Dyer, they're from Nashville, Tennessee. Barry is something I call my legal advisor. But Barry, I will say this to you today. I'm thankful for meeting you. We've been acquainted with each other now for going on 2 years. I know when you get off the phone with me, sometimes you feel like beating your head up against the wall, but it's not nothing intentionally, okay? Now, the third thanks go to all of you. I got to give credit to you. That third wish that Ezel asked me was to find out about his daddy and his music. Today, you guys feel that third wish for me. My heart is heavy, and I really do thank each of you for making this day possible. And I told my family when I got here, I didn't want to make a fool of myself getting up there and make a speech, but when your heart tells you to say something, say it anyway. So I'm speaking from my heart. And Dwayne, the Mount Zion organization, all the people who supported this today, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Last but not least, my family there. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I know it's been hard to deal with me over the past few years because of my frustration, but I want you to think of each and everybody here today. That frustration is lightened up because I want to fulfill Mr. E's 3 wishes, and they are the ones that's responsible for that third wish today. And I stand here, Bo, I'm proud to be your grandson. Very proud. And I can't wait to get back to Bolton, Mississippi. Stand beside your son's grave, Mr. E, and say your 3 wishes. It's been fulfilled. Thank you.
Thank you.